Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. It's been ages since I uploaded a video, and that's a combination of three things. One, I was extremely busy. What's new? Work is always like that. Two, for the nth time this year, my internet died. 2.5, obviously my computer is, what, 8 years old, 9 years old now? So, whoa, 9 years old, yeah. So I just need a new computer because this thing stopped working, but we'll figure it out. I just think that Apple have so much choice that it makes choosing not enjoyable, you know? Like, I just want something that replaces this. It's like when I go and buy sneakers, I want the same model, maybe the updated version of it, but I don't want you to give me 13 models and ask me to choose. So I just, like, I have choice paralysis. And then the third one, which is a nasty reason, is that I've been dying with allergies, like dying. Like, I tried to put a little bit of lipstick which rubbed off just so you don't see how red my nose is. This thing is blasting. That's my what is it? That's my air purifier. There's just so much pollen. Actually, as you walk outside, you can walk on small pillows of tree pollen. I'm not allergic to grass or flowers or anything like that, but tree pollen gets me, and the past few days it's been just crazy. Like, this morning I had to leave, like, I got out of the house just to get some more nasal spray. Just 3 minutes after going out, I already saw, like, my eyes were already stinging. Yeah, and yesterday I looked like I'd been crying my eyes off for an hour, because usually my eyes are where I feel it the quickest. Like, if there is even a bit of pollen, I immediately get a lot of irritation around my eyes. Now they're clear again, they're all white, but you know, it's very ugly. And like, I'm looking in the street, everybody's sneezing, everybody's itching. It's just one of those days. So yeah, I didn't feel like uploading videos with me sniffling. It's one of those noises I absolutely hate. I cannot explain why. I hate the sound of people sniffling. Like, I know that some people don't like the nose blowing thing, which I don't do. I just wipe my nose, but I hate the thing. It drives me nuts. So I thought I'd spare you that. But at the same time, I kind of miss you. I miss kind of having videos and uploading stuff. So I thought what I would do is actually show you some of the upgrades I have done to my kitchen. Because one of the things I've been doing recently, apart from working on my physical health, and I think I'm getting a bit more flexibility. So maybe in a couple of weeks I will actually finally film a video about what had happened to me when I was very, very down, and I ended up buying new earrings and whatever. But part of the changes I did recently was that I really invested in basic equipment in my kitchen, rather than buying clothes and things like that, which I will get to, because I did some clearing of my wardrobe. I ended up buying some kitchen stuff. So I have quite a few things, and I'm very excited about them. So they go from knives to, like, storage stuff to cooking utensils. And the idea was very simple. I reached a point where, as I am very busy with projects, every time I ordered something to eat, I didn't feel like eating it. It just felt like I was beyond bored with what I was ordering. And it just got repetitive. I would get Lebanese, then I would get Indian. And then none of that tasted like anything. And so I just decided, you know what? Every now and then I just need to start cooking my own thing, right? And so that's what I did. And over the past 2 months, I would say, I started in March, yeah, over the mid-March or something. Over the past 2 months, every 2 weeks or so, I would buy one thing. I didn't want to go and do a massive kitchen haul, but I actually started buying things little by little, and then getting used to using them until I made sure that I got my money's worth. Then what I did is try to get inspired by professional kitchens. So I've been watching MasterChef, I'm not gonna lie. I've been rewatching The Professionals, because there are only 2 seasons on, what is that called? On Netflix. So I have been watching that. And rather than pay attention to the drama and all that fake stuff, I was paying attention to how they place their things in the counter, how they cut their stuff. And I have gotten so much better at cutting food, prepping food, etc., that actually I found that my food got even better, and I can do things faster actually. Although it seems like it's counterintuitive because I spend time to do my mise en place, actually, because I do it so properly, I find myself being able to do multiple dishes just because I have trays. For example, I would have one tray for every dish. Because I have better knives, I'm able to peel things quicker, to cut things quicker. I no longer cry when I'm cutting onions and things like that. So I'm very, very happy with that. Yeah, let me show you the things in my kitchen because I'm very excited about it. And by the way, I also got a new watch, but I'll do a mini unboxing of that later, just to show you, or maybe I'll do it when I show you the things that I got for fitness. But let's go to my kitchen first. I just finished doing the dishes and this is what it looks like. So everything fits somewhere in here. I found that since I got this, I'm using my heavier cast iron skillets a lot less, but that's fine. Everything here I've been using a lot more, and it's so easy because you just pop it in the dishwasher. And these things are very easy to maintain. Like, I made lunch, I heated lunch here, and that's so nice. And I find that I got better, you know, like, I buy nice ingredients because I really feel like I want to cook things. I make things and I put them in, like, this is my easy lunches, easy dinner section. I prefer to have something that is ready to eat, and sometimes I just make things that are quicker. Like here I have made some lentils. This is just half a packet of rice. This is some old cheese, and these are ready meals just in case I don't fancy any of that and don't have time to cook anything else. But I really like that. I really like the ability to cook better and have very yummy things that are ready for me in my fridge. Doing some cooking, I might as well show you the items that I recently bought. You've seen these trays. I have two of them. They're just roasting trays, but I use them also as ingredient trays. I realized I actually use them a lot more than I anticipated, and I'm very, very happy to have them. I use them to roast potatoes. Sometimes if I'm doing chicken wings, a whole chicken, fish, whatever, I can use them to roast. But I also use them to put my ingredients when I want to. So, like that. These little containers are from Gastronorm. The brand is called Vogue, but there are many brands do them. They're pretty standard for catering, and the reason for that is that they have these trays that you would find in professional kitchens, and so all of these things are supposed to be stackable, are supposed to fit within the trays. This is 1/9 of a tray, and I have a few of them. I just got them off of Amazon. You can see it's written here 1/9. So that's the size of it. It has, you could also buy a lid, so I did buy a lid in case I wanted to store certain things. It has different heights. These ones are 65 millimeters high. I have one that is longer. The other ones are also 65. This one is 110. I got these little ingredient bowls, so I can actually put them like that whenever I want to use certain spices, herbs. I'm about to make a stew, so I'm going to have quite a few herbs in here and my seasoning. The bowls, you've already seen them, so that's fine. And I have my little cover for my milk pan because my other milk pan was completely dead. I had bought it from Waitrose. This one is actually from Pyrex. Both the milk pan and the new pan are currently in the wash, so yeah, sorry about that situation. Then I have this Japanese knife. This is from Kasimi. I bought it from Santoku. It's just the name of one of the knife companies. This one is in I think it's in, where would that be? It's in Great Portland Street. Yeah, Great Portland Street. So I got this. And then I also have a smaller one. So this is a Gyouto. So this knife size is a Gyouto. It's the Japanese equivalent of a European chef's knife, and you can use it for everything. This is a tiny paring knife. It's from Global. If you've been watching a Master Chef and these shows, you will notice that they all use Global knives. So it's also Japanese, and so this is a paring knife. I still need to buy a size that is in between these two. That would be a petty knife, but I'm going to wait a few more months until I do that. And to hold them, I have this stand. Normally you can have lots of different things to hold your knife, so you can obviously store them in a drawer. I happen to not have drawers. You can store them in blocks, in sleeves. I just decided to get this one because it is quite weighted, but at the same time it's relatively slim. Also, I don't plan on having tons of knives, so I've been using these two knives for, I would say, nearly 6 weeks now, and I'm extremely happy with them. To go with the knives, I also bought some items to care for them. So I did buy a Whetstone. I will do a separate video on the Whetstone, but this is to sharpen knives. But given that these are Japanese knives, they're already pretty sharp. I did not buy something too professional. I bought a basic kit, so once I do that I will show you it. I have this cast iron oil that I got a few weeks ago to help with my cast iron skillet, but I noticed that my cast iron skillet still requires quite a bit of seasoning, which is why I ended up just buying a simple cheap iron one, steel one, because that makes things easier. What else did I have? I have this global peeler. It is a speed peeler. That's what I'm going to use as I work through the carrot. Remember when I did my pasta video, I showed you that I wanted to get a grater. So I finally got the Microplane Zester. Very happy with it. I use it for my nutmeg because I eat a lot of nutmeg, so I'm very, very, very happy with it. It is still in its packaging because I keep putting it back in, I know, but I'm so paranoid about hurting myself because this thing is pretty sharp, so I just would rather put it with its cover on. Similarly, I had this grater. It's a cheaper grater, but it works very well. I had the potato ricer because I love making some mashed potatoes, and I used to just make them with a fork, and I decided to splurge on this because I like doing that. Yeah, so I'm going now to prep my veggies. If I think of anything else that I bought recently, I'll show you. But I'm just happy with how it made my kitchen time pretty enjoyable. Similarly with the speed peeler, I like to keep this thing on, but you don't have to. I'm just paranoid, as I said. This is the fastest thing ever. Those little veggie peelers that you have that look like little knives will never be as fast, at least for me, because I'm very clumsy. And I feel like it's such a fine peel, you don't waste much of the product. And actually, even if you wanted to use this, you could do it. You could use it to make your own vegetable stock. I don't. I buy my stock. I really don't have time to make stocks. I don't have a big enough stock pot, and yeah. So there are certain things that I would preserve and make myself whenever I have the time, but stock is certainly not one of them. I guess the fastest stock you could make is actually fish stock, but I don't use it that much to warrant using it. Warrant making it, actually. So that's all the stuff. And see how, as I'm working, I have my 1/9 of a Gastronorm just for everything that I'm discarding. And my tray helps me put all my tools in one place. So I just really love that. Just cut the carrot, cut it like that, cut this bit. One thing I also discovered after investing in my knives is that I no longer cry as I peel onions. the secret to not crying when you're peeling onions is having extremely sharp knives. Yeah, I forgot to do one thing actually. When you start, you always need to have a bit of a wet, let me put this in with the thing. You want a wet paper towel under your board, like that, to prevent it from sliding. Once you do this, you secure your board, and it's much safer for you to do any other prep work that will come afterwards. So I'm dicing my carrots because I'm making a stew, but I just wanted to see. I'm really happy to have all of these things. So when I finish chopping things, I just pop them in the Gastronorm, and I continue doing that with all the ingredients that I have. And then once I have prepared everything, then I start cooking. And I find that when I do this, it really makes cooking so much more enjoyable. And I do my prep while watching YouTube, so I don't have to do so much multitasking.